Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Super Meat Boy. In the last episode, we finished the first 11 levels of Chapter 1, The Forest, getting the A+ ranking on each of them and collecting all the bandages and the warp zones. So in this episode, we're going to continue on and hopefully finish the last 9 levels, including the boss. And so let's begin. Level 11. Unless you guys specifically request, I'm going to try to stick with just beating the game with only Meat Boy, just because he's the main character, and he's the person that the story focuses on most, you know, with him and Dr. Fetus and Bandage Girl. But if anybody would like, they can make a request, and I'll try to beat levels with any of the other characters. Of course, if I don't have them unlocked, I won't be able to, but hopefully that won't be a problem. As you can see in that last level, we did pick up the bandage that was there. It was right behind the saw. It's a little tricky to get because if you're too slow, you get trapped in there, and the saw will come back and kill you. There's not enough room to just sit there. I just love the design of this game. The first time I ever, well, not the very first time, but I've always been the type of person that likes the games that challenge you the most. Games like this, like hard platformers and stuff. The first time I remember really getting into games like this was N+ on the Xbox 360. When that came out, I downloaded it and then began playing that. And there are a few things in this game that are inspired by N+, such as the lasers later on, but we'll get into that when we get there. I remember watching an interview with the creators of this game, and they said that those lasers were inspired by that game. Oh, look at that, we're already on level 18. And as you can see, there's a bandage there in the bottom right corner we have to grab. This one's a little bit tricky to get just because you have to grab it and then not get hit by the blades. But as I was saying before, with the hard games, N+, I really like that game. And finished that on the Xbox, and then I wanted more. Later on, I learned about I Want to Be the Guy, which is a freeware game for the PC. It's a very challenging platformer, similar, and it takes a lot of its roots from the old NES and games and days like that. There's a lot of references to Mega Man, Castlevania, like games like that, but pretty much everything in that game kills you. And it was just really challenging. And then eventually, Super Meat Boy came out on the Xbox 360, and I bought that on the first day. And I've loved it ever since. It's one of my favorite platforming games, and I'm having a lot of trouble getting this bandage. I apologize for the excessive amounts of fail that are occurring, but like I said in the last video, I haven't played this in a little while, and I'm still warming up. Hopefully it'll get better as we go along. As far as that's concerned, if you guys have any suggestions on whether I should cut out excessive deaths or just keep them in for the time being, because I know once we get to the harder levels and the Dark World versions, and especially Cotton Alley, and one specific warp zone in particular, I won't spoil anything yet, but I know that there's going to be a lot of deaths at that time. Alright, well, we grab the bandage, and let's just get up to Bandage Girl and hopefully not die. There we go. Alright. Now, we just gotta beat it for the A+ ranking. But yeah, any suggestions about how I'm taking care of this, I'd greatly appreciate hearing them. Just leave a comment below or send me a message. This is my first Let's Play and first attempt at this, so I am very new to this, so I'd love to hear any sort of criticism, constructive or positive or whatever. And I know in last video there's a few things I left unexplained, such as the wall jump. To do that, when you jump into a wall, Meat Boy slides, and he'll slide down and he'll just stick to it. But if you press jump again while on the wall, Meat Boy performs a wall kick, which it makes you jump pretty far distance, so you can make longer jumps. It's essential to master that skill very quickly in this game if you want to get far. And right here, if you slide down here, you can slip through a little hole, and then this is our third warp zone. But you gotta be quick, and like an idiot there, I waited too long explaining it, and the warp zone disappeared. That's the thing with some of the warp zones. Some of them do disappear if you take too long. So if it's taking you a while to get to a level, you may never know that the warp zone is there. I believe this is just another one of the regular warp zones. You don't unlock anybody for this one. But as you can see, this game does a lot of throwbacks to older gaming too. This looks like obviously a Game Boy game with no color and the like. And like I said in the last video, there are 2 bandages in each warp zone, so we got to keep our eyes open for them. This one is basically just a race against the time. If you don't make it quick enough, that saw blade shooting machine down there will shoot away your entire platform to stand on. And there is a bandage there, so you do have to make it in a certain amount of time to be able to grab that. And we did it. Alright, the third and final level of this warp zone. There should be a bandage. Yeah, it's up there on the top. It's hard to see against the background, so that makes it a little difficult. But it is up there, so we'll just do that and finish the warp zone. In the bottom right corner, you can see I am playing on Steam, and I just unlocked an achievement. And that is another character. I guess it does unlock a character for that warp zone. I apologize, I didn't think it did. Alright, so let's finish level 19 again, since, like the last few times, we got the warp zone, and because of that, we didn't actually finish the level. Oh man, forgot to jump up at the end there. Yeah, also in the last video, I know the audio was off a little bit after I actually entered the levels. I apologize for that. Again, I am still rather new to this, so hopefully I'll be able to fix that this time, and I don't think the audio will be off at all. This is the 20th and last level of this first chapter. We got the bandage up here. You have to be real quick to grab that, or else the shot blade's just going to shoot you in the face, and you don't want that happening. Again, I said this in the last video, but the levels, these beginning levels here are rather easy, and I may not be dying a lot, well I am, but in the later levels it's definitely going to get significantly harder. Alright, and then when you finish all 20 levels, it puts you back on the main world map, and then you can fight the final boss, or the boss of the chapter. This one is Lil Slugger, so watch the cutscene. Alright, and so begins the first boss. We have this giant chainsaw chasing after us, and you have to do a lot of, the first boss, you know, is just general platforming, and they're just preparing you for what's to come, you know, running, jumping over saws, and doing it quickly, because if you're not fast enough, then the chainsaw is going to catch up with you, and you don't want that to happen. It won't look pretty at the end. Oh man, I'm just having problems here, left and right. Alright. My jump key, or my jump button doesn't seem to be registering right there. I'm not sure what's going on. Of course it works that time and I jump right into the saw. There we go. And then it doesn't work there. Hopefully I won't be failing too hard on all of the bosses like this. There is a boss for each world, and they do get progressively harder just as the levels will as we progress through the light world. As far as the dark world is concerned, I'd plan on beating the light world completely first, all of the chapters, before I do the dark world versions of each of those levels. If you have a suggestion, if you think I should do it a different way or anything like that, just please leave a comment below. I'm going to try to stick to about 10 minutes of video here, but it's looking like, because I'm failing so much, that this episode might be a little bit longer than that. Unless I can pull it off right here. And yeah, like I said, and like you can see, this level is strictly platforming. It's all based on your ability to jump over the spikes and time everything perfectly. Meat Boy uses that a lot, and right here we'll just jump back. Jump. These bricks, by the way, I don't think I mentioned that in the last video either, and they were in there. But those bricks there, you just jump up here at the end, and he runs into the wall, and it destroys his machine, Dr. Fetus's machine. But those bricks, those dissolvable bricks, you have to jump on them once. Well, there was the end of that with the squirrel. It was very sad. He got his head chopped off. As I was saying before that, I just wanted to stop talking so that the cutscene could play out. But those dissolvable bricks, when you jump on them and Meat Boy slides on them, they dissolve. So then you have to let them dissolve before you can jump through them. But anyway, that's the end of episode 2 here. Thank you everybody for watching, and next episode we'll continue on with chapter 2, the hospital. See you next time.